Brain Shakers, welcome to today's episode where we're going to be looking at the negative feedback mechanism. Now, the negative feedback mechanism is a part of the process of homeostasis, which simply means trying to maintain a state of equilibrium or keeping things within their normal ranges. Now, majority of the body systems and the body functions, they utilize the negative feedback mechanism to try and keep parameters or variables within the normal range. Now, let's quickly look at some of the terminologies or terms that we use in reference to the negative feedback mechanism. So we will have terminologies such as a stimulus. Now, a stimulus, this is what is causing or initiating the change that we're going to see in a particular parameter. So if we're talking about a parameter such as temperature, what is going to cause the temperature to go up or to come down is what we will refer to as a stimulus. Then we are going to have what we call a parameter or a variable. So it is something that is then going to be affected by that stimulus. So we've already talked about temperature. It can be blood pressure. It can be your control of sugar levels or glucose levels. And then there will be a change that is then going to result. And that change that is going to result will then be detected by something that we call either a sensor. We can call it a detector. We can also call it a receptor. Okay, so whatever then denotes that change in that parameter or variable is then going to send an impulse or send an input, which is a message to the control center for that particular variable. Now, if we're talking about temperature, the control center of temperature is in the hypothalamus, which is the brain. So the sensor or the thermoreceptors here are going to detect that change in temperature and send an input to the hypothalamus, which is going to be referred to now as the control center. So the control center then makes an interpretation of the message that it has received, utilizing also information from other sources. It makes that interpretation and then understands where that stimulus is coming from and also what has to be done, and then sends an output, which is a message out of the control center to an organ that is responsible for regulating or controlling the temperature, which is going to be called the effector. So it sends it to the effector organs such as the muscles when your temperature has gone down, and then the muscles begin to do their shivering and contraction, and then you have to generate energy or heat from that contraction. So basically, those are some of the important terms that